it is me, Simone, and today in this video I'm going to show you a new tool that I think will be fun to use in our crafts. So I saw a bunch of people in the makeup community like talk about these silicone sponges. Sponges. And I was wondering, since these are silicone and we have in the crafting community, we have silicone brushes. They're much different than this. They're more like an actual brush, like a brush. And I've actually made like my own silicone brushes that, you know, are okay. And I've tried other silicone brushes and stuff, but I thought this would be really fun to try since it's more circular and it's really squishy. So the ones I do have with me, and this silicone, which is really good, but kind of pops out like that a lot. It's a little bit annoying, but it's good for applying glue. If I can even get the thing back in its container. Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be something I have to do later. Okay, so I actually was playing with these yesterday, and that's how I did this page. And I wanted to play with it on camera with you guys to show you how it works. So this is my junk journal. So we're gonna have fun in my junk journal and play and see what happens, and maybe start a art journal page. What page was I doing? This one. So I might use different colors. I'll try not to use the same color I used last time. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to make sure I stay in frame. This is much different, and as you can kind of tell, the camera is background's different. Yeah, I think I mentioned a couple times I'm in the process of moving my craft room around. Actually, it's my bedroom. That's where my craft section is. Section is in my bedroom. As I was moving my bedroom around, and I moved this around, so I'm on actually my original desk I started working on when I first started making videos. My wood table that I got. So yes, let's kind of get started. So I'm gonna use the same one I used yesterday because it's already kind of dirty. I want to kind of compare and contrast. So let's just play with some things, see what we can do. Let's see how well this goes with gluing. Actually, that's what I wanted to grab. I wanted to grab some paper because I really didn't want to use the same tissue paper I used in my other page. But I guess I have no choice because I can't find any more paper. So this is like, I forget the brand, but I got this from Tuesday morning. So just gonna get some big pieces and we're gonna see. So let me get my glue out and we're gonna just test this out. I try to prep before I sit down and record because with the microphone it's a little bit harder. So just put it on here, spread it around. Let's see what happens. I guess it glues down fine. It's actually really fun. It's really squishy. So let's see. I'm just putting a little bit on here. You don't want too much. This actually does spread a really thin layer of adhesive, I've noticed. Oh, music notes upside down. Oopsie. Yeah, whatever. I've noticed that. It's pretty interesting to me. So otherwise it gets to the point where it's really sticky because you put down such a thin layer that it starts to kind of stick to the silicone and make it drag a little bit. And what I just do now is just put it in some water and wipe it off because it is silicone, it doesn't stick to here, and it comes off really quickly. I should have put some on here and see what happens if it dries. I might do that and put in the comments or something. So we got that down. Let's play with some ink. I don't think we should do alcohol. So we're just going to play with other inks I have around here. This yellow. This is some Daler and Roni FW acrylic artist ink that I got from Hobby Lobby. I like playing with a lot of my Hobby Lobby stuff. I had some time to play because I've already done my test. Biggest tip I'll tell you with this stuff, not with the ink, but with this silicone, is make sure you don't put too much, because it's going to spread pretty efficiently, so you don't need a lot. I noticed that when I was playing with it the first time. So literally we're just going to do a little drop and see how far I can take that. Don't forget the glue is still wet, so it's not going to slide as easily, but that's still not a bad section. I'm just doing a little bit. You don't want it to drip off too much. And see, I can turn it upside down. That's good. So kind of plan out where I'm putting this, but it's not sliding as well because I did put the glue, and the glue is not dry, but it's still fun to play with, and it does slide on the paper really well, I feel like, personally. So we play with the color. Got ink on my finger, and I'm like wiping my fingers off on my rag I use for cloth. So let's see, what else can we play with? Let's try this. I'll try some. I'm trying to keep it red, so we'll get this one. This is a medium magenta Bria Reese shimmer ink. As I said before, I'm playing with all my crafting stuff because I'm excited to have this and just sit down and play with them, see how they all react with each other. So, and then I think we're going to open some paint and do that. So, as I said before, a little bit goes a long way. So don't add too much with this brush. And I'm just going to do that. That is like some pigmented ink. So just a little bit. Kind of go to places where there's no yellow. Kind of bring it in. There's a part where it didn't glue down all the way. So a little bit in the corner. There you go. Back to the ink. I'm just kind of making sure I keep this thing like shaken up because it wants to settle really badly. So I just do like a circle motion so I'm not shaking it up and down. Cool. So we got that done. Where's the top? Applied perfectly fine for me. I'm content. Let's do some paint. So I'm gonna add some of this Diva pink from Upgirl, and I'm not really cleaning this thing off, so that's way too much. Yeah, let's open this back up and take some of that out. How do we switch hands? That's enough. Oopsie, dropped it. Glad the silicone has some grip to it. I don't know what we're doing this page, but we're just having fun. And it does slide. I'm telling you, I'm using barely any paint and I'm getting some nice coverage. So that's fun. Alright, let's try some more whatever we're trying with this page because I'm lost. This is some unbleached titanium white from Bria Reese, and we're going to try this out and see how... Oh wait, I forgot. I haven't opened this. It's actually kind of fun to see my desk look like it's really messy. I think a lot of crafters say that. And like for me, when people say, "Oh, my desk is really messy," I'm like, I want to see how messy it is. I'm that kind of person. I want to see it. I like crafty mess. Just gonna tone this down a little bit with this unbleached titanium white. And I'm gonna have another color to add. And that looks nice, and as I said before, it spreads really well. That's what we get. See, there's not much paint on here. Most of the paint just smears right off, and you can really blend it into the paper. All right, where's the lid? Still not cleaning it off. We're just going to keep seeing what we can do. I've done acrylic paint. I've done glitter ink. You know, I'm curious. My waxes. We'll see how this goes. I think I found a color I want to use. I kind of want to find a color I want to use. See how this works? This stuff is really old. Just like, yeah, this one's really dried out. So we'll see how this works. Yeah, I'm not gonna peel that skin back. See if I can get that little bit of. Yeah, it came off. Yeah. Oh, that's blended really well with the fingers. Just gonna smear that in. Yeah, wow, it's actually not bad. I actually got it all on here, so let's kind of take that off. I think it's a fun way to really blend that stuff in without using my fingers. So let me get some of the skin off. I haven't gone through a lot of my stuff and tried to preserve it yet. It's been a year. Look at my fingers now. So let me use my fingers. Let's get the extra product off. And use some more of this. So I'm just kind of like just dabbing like that, and then it covers. And then this is turning out really fun actually. I don't know where this page is going, to be honest with you, but I like how it looks. It's different. And I think the funnest part about this is just gliding, how easy it glides on. It's actually really fun. So this one's going to be a little different to get off since this is wax and oil. Okay, so getting to the point where it's just kind of sliding everywhere. I think someone's looking at my page like, Simone, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm having fun. And that's like the biggest whatever. Now my hands are slippery. I can't even close the thing up. Okay, with this oil, this means it's going to be one of the last things we do because there's not much things that will stick to this surface. But it is fun. That's like a lot of fun to play with. Okay, what else did I want to try to do where my hands are all covered in wax? Well, there's not much you really can do to this page because of the oil. I don't have oil paint. I wonder if this will stick to it. What color do I want to add though? You know what might stick to it? My oil pastels, but I just took those off my desk so I don't have them near me. I'm trying to see if this will stick. This is my Crayola. What's it called? Slick sticks. Yeah, that worked perfectly fine. I guess it's gonna be grungy. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm just gonna have a grunge paper today. It's gonna be really interesting. Let's just do this too on the edges to see what happens. And I'll use a sponge to see how that blends out. It blends really well. I think my finger could have gotten a little bit better in some of the corners, but besides that, I think it did fine. See how the tip looks. Yeah, that's good. This looks so pretty. Like the shimmer on this thing is beyond gorgeous. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this page up with something. I don't know when we wrap it up. I want to put something on here, but so the oil is not going to let me stick too much stuff on here. What can we stick on here then? Hot glue's not gonna work. Super glue won't work either. I'm gonna write something on here. I didn't bring my paint over here. My paint's over there. So I'm trying to see what could I use to write on here. And this is still wet. oily. So I don't want to clog any of my pens up. So I don't know what I'm going to add to this page to finish it up. So I guess I'll do that off the camera. You guys don't need, this wasn't the point of the video. It was just kind of my testing paper. So I'm going to move that over and I'll finish that off camera. But let's kind of go over this. So we have waxes on here. We have paint, inks, and they're pretty much dry on here. So I'm going to dip this in some water. Get my sponge or rag out and see what we can do. Just kind of wipe this. So some of that hard dried on paint, the wax actually is coming off pretty quick. The paint, not so much. It's a little bit harder to come off. So I'm gonna put some more water on here, but not by much. This is just a little bit more stubborn. You need a little bit more water to get it off. If you do soap and water, it'd be a little easier too. That's it took 2 seconds. So I think the only thing you're gonna have issue with, you might have some issue with, will be the plastic handle. Since it's plastic and not silicone, you're gonna have like products stick out to you here that are not gonna want to come off. So we can compare the one I used, the one I haven't used. I don't know if you guys see a difference. Besides, like right there. But so this one's like a little more plumped out than that one. That might be me. No, it looks like it's more plumped out. Interesting. Okay. So we've played with it. I've showed you everything. So let's talk. This silicone brush was, I think it's $1.60 off of AliExpress. Very cheap. It's very smooth because it's so bouncy. Let me try this one. Like, it's such a smooth application because the silicone, it's so thick on here. I don't know how thick that is. Got good like 1/4 inch of silicone on this brush right here, and it applies really well. Most inks don't stick to here. We'll try the India ink and see what happens. Since this is more permanent, I'm a little bit scared. And you just put a little bit, I'm telling you, a little bit, and you just smear it. And there's some right on here. See, that comes off with water. I think it's going to. It's already pulling up. Yep, it came right off. No staining or nothing. Look at that. That's actually really nice. Okay. So I tried my alcohol. Okay, I wouldn't try alcohol here, but it's a nice thing to use. Try to see. This is dried out, isn't it? I thought I had some markers or not alcohol markers that I could try to write on here. Let's see if I can get that one. Show you another test. Oh, I have one more test, a couple more tests to show you too. So it's really smooth. See, I have some brushes over here. Here, this is a water-based brush. Here, this is a Bible journaling brush. So that one. I put some marker on here. Did it back in, clean it basically up right off. I did a packaging technique on there. It's really cool. A small little like packaging technique. You know what I want to see? How it works through a stencil. That's something that's going to be really important. Could this work through stencils? So let's see. Just going to turn the page. Have this stencil here. I'll try this paint. This is the Anita's all-purpose paint. So a little bit. I'm just going to add a little dab to here. That's actually a little bit too much. So I'm just going to kind of dab it off a little bit and just do a pouncing method through the stencil. Go get some more paint, pouncing. We'll see how well it works. All right. You can see that? It's a little bit thick, splotchy. Let's see for more intricate design. So let's see how this one works. And I'll use a darker paint so you can see it better. I've used this one already. So kind of want to smooth it around. I'm already moving this one, so my bad. I really didn't go through too well. Kind of more just stamped the paint on the stencil. So I think it'll be better for like designs like this one. There's a lot of surface area. Let's see, put that back on. And like my best tip will tell you is to make sure you don't put too much on here. See if I can see. I keep putting too much paint on here. But you just kind of want even coating. I think that's the best way to do it. If you do an even coating, you get better results. So you want to evenly coat the sponge, and then you can go over, and it works perfectly fine. Okay. Another thing you do to clean this up is just get some water, get a rag, wipe it. And if it's dried on there, get some soap and water and wipe it. Works perfectly fine. So it's a really easy tool to clean. I don't think it'll stay that clean, especially for me. I don't clean my stuff up. You can, hence why my stencils are still all messed up from whenever I use them. So I showed you everything I really want to show you through stencils, oil, my waxes, inks. I mean, you can even try to use texture paste on here and see how that works. So this is actually, yeah, this is texture paste. So I mean, it takes the paint out really easily. So I think it's gonna be the same though. Let's see. I'm gonna use this in my journal because I don't want to waste this texture paste. I have a page already that I was working on. Yep. This actually has sand in it. So kind of just dabbing it. I mean, I think I would use it if you're trying to trying to apply texture paste or modeling paste. Unless you're trying to do a very smooth consistency, I don't think the sponge you want to use. You want to use a palette knife. You're trying to get the texture of texture paste or modeling paste. So that's up to you, but it can do it. So we have everything pretty much answered. You can use this to glue things down. It's going to add a very thin layer, and then after a while it's going to get very sticky. You have some issue, like when you're doing this, you're gliding it, and you have like resistance, that's when you need to put your paper down. Paint application, smearing. It does it really well of kind of like when you use a jelly print, and you use really like no paint at all because you're smearing it so thin. It kind of has the same thing to it. It's really thin. How much paint this applies, since it's not going to stick to hair, because it can't, like a brush, you know, if you use a brush to apply paint, it's going to stick to the bristles, and then you're going to lose some paint. This won't, and it won't get dirty, besides the handle. The only thing I'll tell you about this one to beware is you can see how small this plastic handle is right here. That might give you some problems. It might snap depending on the pressure you put on there. So I would highly recommend, if you're using this, to put your finger like right there to add some extra support right there, so you don't have any issue. But besides that, I would definitely highly recommend you guys try these brushes out. They're actually pretty fun. It's like really fun to play with these. I'm just sitting here like, I think this the movement is just my favorite because it's so squishy and relaxing. You can tell like one of these brushes is a little bit firmer. Like this one's really squishy. This one's much firmer. But I think this one was the one that's thicker. Yep, it is. So squishy. So squishy. So squishy. So I wanted to show you guys that. something I thought would be interesting to use, and it is, as I said before, I would not recommend you use this with alcohol ink. I think it will just stain the silicone. But that is your personal preference. You do what you want to do. Much love, guys, and I will talk to you later. I'll leave a link to these brushes if you're interested, and I think they came with different sizes. I don't remember. Much love, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Get crafty.